Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Huzaifah bin Muhammad Faisal. Today, my group will be presenting our presentation on our assignment finance assignment. So, starting with my presentation, I will be answering question number 1. So, for the number 1, first Roman, I have calculated the company's liquidity ratio, which is current ratio and quick ratios. For the current ratios, I use current assets divided by current liabilities and I get 3.56. And the quick ratios, I use current asset minus inventory and divided by current liabilities and I get 1.4. For the second Roman, I will be evaluating the liquidity performance of Adra Ltd by comparing its current ratio and quick ratio with the industry average. Let's look at the ratio first. The industry average current ratio is 4.3 and the quick ratio is 0.97. Dura Ltd has a current ratio of 3.56 and a quick ratio of 1.4. The current ratio of Dura Ltd is lower than industry average, which means it has fewer short-term assets to pay off its short-term debts. However, since it's still above 1, the company can still meet its short-term obligations. This may also suggest that Dura Ltd is not using its current assets as efficient as others in the industry. In the other hand, Dura Ltd's quick ratio is 1.4, which is higher than the industry average of 0.97. This means the company has more liquid assets like cash, receivables, to cover the urgent payments without relying on inventory. So it's less likely to face short-term cash. In conclusion, although Dura Ltd has a lower current ratio compared to the industry, it still shows a good financial health. The quick ratio shows strong immediate liquidity, meaning the company is well positioned to handle short-term debts. This suggests that Dura Ltd has a strong cash position and doesn't rely heavily on inventory. Overall, Dura Ltd shows a balanced and strong liquidity performance, even though its current ratio is slightly lower than average. That's all from me. Now I will pass to the next presenter, Adit.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So my name is Adit Kashavin Azman and I'm from the IB5A, the holding ID number is ID 2311011. So today I will be presenting the analysis for question 2 of our business finance assignment, which is focusing on the asset management performance of Dura Limited. Let's begin with a quick overview of what I will be covering today. So in this presentation, I will explain 4 main points. First, we will look at how Dura Limited performed in 2024 compared to 2023. Then we will compare its performance with two competitors, which is Ambon Company and Flatswell Corporation. After that, I will evaluate whether Dura is keeping up with these competitors. And finally, I will suggest 2 key strategies to help Dura improve in the future. So let's start with the historical comparison. As you can see in the table, Dura Limited's inventory turnover increased from 4.36 times to 5.01 times in 2024. This shows the company became more efficient in managing its stock. Days sales outstanding, or the time taken to collect receivables, also improved slightly from 35 days to 34 days. However, the fixed asset turnover ratio declined from 6.2 to 4.0, which suggests the company became less efficient in using its fixed asset to generate revenue. Total asset turnover also fell from 5.1 to 3.9 times, meaning overall asset usage has weakened. So, although the company improved in short-term areas like inventory and receivables, it performed worse in utilizing long-term assets. So now, let's compare Dura with Ambon Company and Flatswell Corporation. Unfortunately, Dura underperformed in all 4 ratios compared to its competitor. For example, its inventory turnover is 5.01 times, while Ambon and Flatswell are at 6.22 and 5.89. Days outstanding for Dura is 34 days, lower than Ambon's 26 days and Flatswell 29.3 days. Fixed asset turnover and total asset turnover are also significantly lower than both competitors. This means Dura is not using its asset as effectively as other companies in the industry. So is Dura keeping up? Despite some improvement in 2024 compared to 2023, the answer is no. The data shows that Dura is still lagging behind in all major performance ratios. Its ability to collect payments is slower and is less efficient in using fees and total asset to generate sales. This limits its competitiveness and shows that the company needs to make strategic improvement to catch up. Now, here are two key recommendations for Dura Limited. First, improve fixed asset utilization. This company should review how its machine and equipment are being used. It can reduce idle time by upgrading outdated machinery and applying lean manufacturing techniques. Second, accelerate receivable collection. Dura should tighten its credit terms, offer yearly payment discounts, and follow up more strictly on overdue accounts. Using customer credit scoring tools can also help reduce credit risk. So that's all from me. For question 3, I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Alif Haziq bin Abdul Rahim. So today I will present about question 3. First, we have debt to equity ratio. The formula is total debt divided by total equity. In our case, 1.475 million divided by 2.525 million give us 0.58 or 58%. This means for every one the owner put into the company, it has 0.58 in debt. It shows the company is using some debt but not too much. It's still in a safe zone. Next is debt ratio, which shows how much of the company's assets are financed by debt. So 1.475 million in debt divided by 4 million in asset give us 37%. That's actually a good sign. It means only a small part of what the company owns is paid using debt. The rest is from equity, which is healthier financially. Lastly, we have the times interest earn ratio. It tells us how easily the company can pay interest on its loan. We take EBIT, which is 760,000, and divided it by the interest expenses, which is 60,000. The result is 12.67 times. This is really good. It means the company earns enough to pay off its interest almost 13 times. So there's no problem at all in covering loan payments. For the last question, healthy debt management is very important for the long-term continuity and sustainability of a business like Dura Ltd. When a company manages its debt wisely, it helps maintain financial stability and reduce the risk of cash flow problems or bankruptcy, especially during tough economic times. With manageable debt levels, the company has more flexibility to invest in the future projects, expand operation, or handle unexpected challenges without being overly burdened by repayments. It also builds trust with investors and lenders, making it easier to secure funding in the future. On top of that, lower debt means lower interest expenses, which improve overall profitability. For a business like Dura Ltd, maintaining healthy debt levels allow them to grow steadily, remain competitive, and survive in the long run.